Alright guys, welcome to Foundry. This is where we're going to do unique product fabrications, product experiments, and unique colorways. These are products that won't normally be in the usual lineup or on some type of restocking calendar. All too often we have a lot of unique materials laying around, or just passion projects from the team laying around, things that may not quite fall in the usual lineup that we have, but are products that are very much TAD and are something we want to take to market. So we created Foundry to do that. The way Foundry is going to work is you'll be able to come into that category on the TAD website and see what projects are currently going on, projects that you can get involved in, and then you'll be able to also see past projects. The way it'll work is you'll go into the product page, and the product page will look a little different than the traditional product page, and that's to denote that you are on a Foundry product or a Foundry project. And there's a couple things you're going to want to look for. There's going to be a status bar, a project end date, a estimated production time, and an estimated delivery time. What you want to do is go in, research the product, look through the pictures, watch the videos, things like that, and keep an eye on the status bar first and foremost. That's going to show you one of two things. One, and this is dependent on the project, the status bar will show raw material consumption. So for the example of the Diplomat Blue Axiom 18, we only have so much Diplomat Blue fabric to make the packs that we want to make. It's already going into production. This isn't a crowdfunding type of program. What this basically is showing you is how much raw materials has been consumed, basically how many packs are left available for purchase. So that's one example of the status bar. Another example of the status bar could be minimums needed for the factory minimums. So for example, if we were going to make something that required, a couple hundred units just to get a minimum in, that status bar would represent that. We're going to denote this on every single project. So when you go in, you'll be able to tell, oh, this is raw material consumption, or this is factory minimums. Now, if it is a factory minimum, and let's say it doesn't make it all the way to 100%, that doesn't mean that those products aren't necessarily going to get made. We do have in-house manufacturing, so if we do some type of special project and only a couple hundred people want to get in on that product and the status bar doesn't hit 100%, we could still make that in-house. It could still be something we could execute on. Again, this isn't a crowdfunding thing. We don't necessarily need these pre-orders to go make these products. It's more of a gauge on the community, and us being able to read what the demand is for the community for these unique projects, or see what the demand is for the raw materials. So if we just blow through, let's say, the Diplomat Blue Axiom 18, then that may tell us, okay, we're going to run that project again maybe later in the year, assuming it does well. So the next thing you'll want to look at is the product end date. It'll be a countdown timer, real time, and basically that's going to show you how much time you have left to make a purchasing decision. So if the status bar doesn't show 100% and your item is still in stock and you're down to just a few hours left on that countdown, you're probably going to want to go ahead and take advantage of that before the project goes dead. Now, that's not to say that there couldn't be stock left over after production, but once the product, the project timeline is done, that'll drop down in the category on the main Foundry page as a completed project. And then after production, if there's a few units left over, they may find themselves in retail, they may find themselves back online, but you never know. Usually we're anticipating that won't be the case too many times, and it may also be something that you'd find in our annual warehouse sale. It just depends on the community feedback. This is driven a lot by your involvement, your engagement, and if you like the products or not. The other things to denote are the estimated production time and the estimated delivery time. That's just to give you an idea of when you could expect the product. We'll try to keep communications as open as we possibly can on when things are going into production and when things are being shipped to you. You'll receive email notifications just like you normally would with any pre-order, and you'll also receive notifications on when the items are shipping to you with all that shipping notification. So that's Foundry in a nutshell. We hope you guys enjoy it, and we're really looking forward to the 2018 year and all the projects we have lined up.